Everyone, welcome back to another Smart Money Sundays. Now, again, apologies for missing last week's video. I didn't want to update mainly because there wasn't really much to update. Everything was going to plan as I covered in the previous video. So if you haven't, I recommend you go watch the previous video. You will actually pick up a lot of value. But without further ado, let's just jump into DXY. Right, so again, if you recall from previous week's video, everything's actually going straight to plan. I was expecting some turbulence, right, which we did get. We got a rejection from this level and then price push right above it, right, as you can see from previous week's drawing. Now I'm looking for price to come into 107. That is my short-term target, okay, for DXY. Now again, we have this gap here to fill, okay, so I'm expecting price to come in and fill this in quite quickly, okay, coming to Monday. Now with the Iran tensions, we may have a gap in the market. So I'm going to cover that on EU and my scenarios for that. But if we do have a gap in the market, i.e. price gaps above into 106, 107, I will be looking for short-term shorts back into 105, okay, before we start rebounding back up. Because even though I am expecting price to DXY to go down quite heavily from a swing perspective, I'm expecting turbulence from this level, okay. We could see some accumulation of orders from this level, and then price just spikes above 107, 108 level before a deviation back above. If that is the case, I'll be very aggressively shorting against the DXY, i.e. buying EU and other pairs crossed with the dollar. Okay, so that's sort of the idea I have for DXY. Okay, before now, for Monday, Tuesday, I will, again, depending on if price gaps into 106, I think it will offer very nice intraday short opportunities. Okay, and I'm going to cover that now on EU. But in terms of swing perspective, nothing has changed. Everything's playing out perfectly, right? Expecting this gap here, 106.7, to get filled come into Monday. Okay, just keep that in mind, right? We do have that objective to come and get filled. So right now I am short on the dollar. Okay, now if I go on to EU, now again, if you recall from previous week's video, please watch it if you haven't. What we're seeing now is, I did say price is will likely first react from this level. What ended up happening is price wicked out this low here, right? Wicked out that low, reclaim that level, and then push back above, okay, to then shoot up. Okay, I accidentally missed this move, mainly because I was away from my charts. The actual move played out absolutely beautifully, as I mapped out on previous Smart Money Sundays. Now the second phase of the move, which I said look for shorts in this level after lower time frame confirmations, which it did give, and I did actually share this not only with the private members, I shared this publicly in our public Telegram channel. If you look, if I can just show you here, so I did actually share this on Friday, right, publicly for free. So if you guys aren't in the public Telegram channel, I recommend to follow it. I do share setups in there from time to time. So anyway, that setup, which I did share on previous Smart Money Sundays, anyway, played out absolutely beautifully. Gave low time frame confirmation, right, which met with my A-star protocol, was able to take the short, took profit at 106 region, which is about 1 to 6R, as well did with the team. Now, in terms of what I'm expecting in the coming weeks, now again, with the coming of a potential gap, this is my next zone of reference, okay, which is down into 1057 level. Okay, so what I'm basically anticipating is, if we do have a gap, okay, if we do gap down, I'm expecting, I want to see a touch into this level. This is where I will absolutely look for low time frame confirmations to long. I'll be looking for clear longs, okay, right, within this level, for price to come back into 107, because price doesn't move in one straight line. Okay, if it pushes down, which I anticipate it to do, I'll look for intraday longs back into 107 level before we start testing this level again. Okay, where I'll be looking for a continuation shorts, likely coming to Wednesday or Thursday. Ideally, this is where I'd want to look for those shorts to occur. But coming to Monday, I'm looking for these longs, right? if it gives a gap, it will increase the probability of this move. So that's the sort of setup I have in mind when it comes to this week. Buys and then look for potential into sells. Okay, so that's sort of the game plan for EU, and it will all depend on coming into Monday market open whether we gap or not. If need be, I may update if anything drastically changes, but I don't think it will, especially since the Middle East situation has calmed down. So if we don't gap, same scenario. Expect that push into 105, and then look for buys coming to Monday morning or afternoon New York session. So that's sort of the idea. Now let's move over to crypto. Now crypto is the only market that was open, and it did tank. Not Bitcoin, but altcoins did actually tank. I'm not going to cover altcoins as I do that mainly with private members and pro trader mentorship students only. But in terms of Bitcoin, what I'm anticipating is a power of 3 push, right? Because Bitcoin is held up pretty well, where you have a consolidation, right? This past month, basically expecting a surge back down into 55k level, where we have some sort of accumulation. I think this will be a good zone to buy Bitcoin, okay, pre coming into the halving, before we start seeing expansion after the halving. Okay, I'm sort of anticipating this to occur. Now I am expecting some slower conditions, so after this potential manipulative move, I'm expecting to see some sort of consolidation and slowly grind up until we start becoming parabolic again, and alts heavily recover. So that's sort of the game plan for Bitcoin. Nothing has really changed. Sticking to the game plan, want to be a buyer below 58k of BTC and look for margin longs. Okay, so that's sort of the idea for BTC. Now if I'm pushed over to Ethereum, from last week's video, again, nothing has really changed. I was anticipating these lows to come and get swiped. They did. They came down a little more aggressive, which is fine. But in terms of range, nothing has really changed, right? We've been in this range, and now we have this sort of 3 peaks, 1, 2, and then 3, and then we've basically come back into this higher time frame level, which I'll map out like this, right? This is a high time frame reference point. So what I'm basically anticipating is the same sort of scenario. We've had consolidation, a range, right? A range, and then this is the manipulative phase. As if we reclaim this range again, so basically if we see something like this occur, reclaim a range, I will be looking, and this level price holds above 3200, I will be looking to take intraday longs to target previous highs of 4100, and then finally all-time highs, which is $4,800. So that's sort of the way I'm looking to play this. Wait for a reclaim of the $3,200 level, a range and acceptance back into that range, and there'll be easy longs to weekly highs again. Sorry. So that's sort of the game plan for crypto. Now let's move over to gold. And now again, if you recall from 2 weeks, I think 2-3 weeks ago, we took these longs publicly as well, and I did map out on previous week's video that I wouldn't be shorting here. Look for pullbacks within previous structure too long. Now, one thing you'll notice is we are in price discovery, as I did say, and price doesn't need to pull back. It can just keep going. We're in price discovery, okay, especially in gold, and with the tensions rising, with the Middle East and whatnot, gold is likely going to be in a safe haven for investors. So it's even more reason to be only longing gold. So I only want to be buying gold on pullbacks. And if you look, we actually have got a pullback. So we haven't got daily pullbacks, but we have got pullbacks on the 4-hour structures. Okay, so if you look 4-hour structures from low to high, right, price has been pulling back into discounted level, right? If you look at it again from low to high, price will pull back into roughly discounted level. So if I map this out again, right, low to this high, right, it's been clear that buying in discounted levels for gold has been very profitable. So what I'm looking for in terms of the new week is looking for this level on gold to hold, right? Again, if if I'm expecting a weakness later on in the dollar, I'm expecting strength in gold. So if this level holds coming to Monday and Tuesday, if this level holds something like this, I will look for buys within $2,300 level, okay, especially if there's any liquidation like that. Look for clear buys to target the $2,400 level. Very, very simple. No need to overcomplicate it. But in terms of structure, discounted buys on 4-hour swings have been quite profitable. So I'm looking for a pullback and this level to hold on gold. Okay, if I just map it out like this, just as easier to illustrate. As long as this level holds, then we're likely going to come and take out this high again. Let me map it out. On 24. Okay, as long as this level holds, look for longs, okay, with lower time frame confirmations, of course, to take out previous high. Very, very simple. Okay, and then later on in the week, I'll update again. But for now, that's the sort of the game plan for gold. Now, if you guys like this video, please do like and subscribe, and comment down below. If you saw value from it, it does, let me know to keep making these videos for you guys. As long as you're extracting value from it, that's all that matters for me. If you guys are interested in any of this, my services, a link is in the description down below. I've got a lot of free stuff for people as well to check out. But with all that said and done, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.